When I was 3 years old, my mother caught my twin brother and I hiding behind our house eating two big pieces of steak. She wondered, how'd you guys get those two pieces of steak? And in all honesty, we stole them right off the grill. But why am I telling you this? I'm telling you this because I want to give you all a better indication of who I am as a person. I'm a meat eater, probably like most of you, but I'm going to be talking to you today about why eating less meat is important for your own health, the world's health, and the safety and well-being of animals. It's also important to note that I am an unbiased source because I am not a vegan or a vegetarian. I repeat, I am not a vegan or a vegetarian. I love meat and I can go on and on about the topic. But for now, I want you to think back to a time to when you were a kid and your parents or guardians said you need to eat your fruits and vegetables. And you had tons of questions for them. You were looking down at that dinner plate in utter disgust, rolling your eyes at your parents or guardians, and asking them tons of questions like, does bacon count as your fruits and vegetables? Why do I have to eat these fruits and vegetables? They taste kind of gross. And to those questions, your parents always answered, because they're good for you. But more importantly, that's true, but I want to talk to you guys today about why eating less meat is very important for you as well. So, to start it off, in a 2013 study published in the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, researchers found that eating more meat was linked to a higher BMI. Now, a higher BMI is a way that people can categorize you and consider you as obese or overweight, and that's dependent on some calculations with your height and your weight. But not only that, not only will you have a higher BMI potentially if you eat more meat, but the nutrients found in this meat can lead to diseases later in your life, such as cancer and heart disease. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't want to eat meat if it can lead to those things. Now, second off, I want to talk to you today about why eating less meat has beneficial impact for our world or our environment. Think about it. Cows are a lot bigger than humans, right? Well, if cows are bigger than humans, that means it takes more food and water for a cow to grow than for a human to grow. So if we were to use that food and water that we were using for cows and just gave it to humans instead, well, it would go a much longer way. So that's one important criteria of why it would be beneficial to eat less meat, because there wouldn't be as many cows that needed as much food and water, and that food and water could go more towards human population than the livestock population. In addition to this, cows produce methane gas, and also there's a lot of gases, harmful gases, that are produced when we make the food that we have to feed cows. Well, these gases are called greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases, they affect the ozone layer in our atmosphere or our air. Now, that ozone layer is what is protecting us from the sun's harmful rays. Think about your house's roof, for instance. If all of a sudden your house's roof had holes in it, you would no longer be protected from the outside elements, weather, or the harmful sun rays. The same is true of the ozone layer. If these greenhouse gases that are being produced by the meat industry continue to break down that protective layer in our air, well then we are going to have higher chances of skin cancer, and we are going to continue to see a rise in global warming. So that's how the meat industry has an effect on our environment negatively. Now lastly, I just want to know, I know there's a lot of us here who we're okay with eating meat and killing animals. We just think it's a part of life. But you must admit and acknowledge that if a few animals' lives could be spared while we eat less meat and we become healthier and our environment becomes healthier, well, that's a win-win-win situation. Think back to the last day where you ate no meat at all. I personally can't even think of a day years back to where I didn't eat any meat at all. to me, that's kind of concerning, especially considering all these facts that I just gave you. So you should be concerned as well. So what do I want you to do? Well, the takeaway that I want you to take away from this speech is that I want you to not eat meat 1 day a week, just 1 day. And from then on, if you want to continue on and eat even less meat, maybe 2 to 3 days a week you don't eat any meat, that's great. But for now, just 1 day a week, don't eat meat. Now, for me, when I first began this, I didn't know, honestly, how to cook vegan or vegetarian meals that didn't have meat in it. Well, you can use the tool that I use. You can go to meatlessmonday.com on the internet. They have tons of recipes. Look them up, cook them, sit down with your family, enjoy a nice meatless meal, and start to enjoy the benefits of not eating meat. You're going to become healthier, your body's going to thank you, your world's going to thank you, and if animals could thank you, they would thank you too. Thank you.